What's up, guys? We're back at the GSL Code S. We're already here in the winners match, and I gotta say, I'm really especially excited about these two guys facing off. Zest, he needs little introduction here. He's an unbelievable Protoss player, currently one of the very, very best in the entire world. Pure now, what makes him so cool is he was ranked #1 GM on the Korean server. You got one guy, someone like Zest, public face of Protoss. Pure is the invisible man of Terran.
Ooh. Yeah. Well done. You're actually, he's like smiling, nodding at me. He's like, oh, I nailed that.
Yeah. I'm very happy with that one.
Tasus is back.
Tasus is back, guys. No, but seriously, you got one player who is known to win best of 3s, best of 5s, move through brackets. You have another guy, a barcode Terran, in other words, a Terran that uses a Smurf ID. Actually, I'm using more jargon here. A Smurf ID being, you don't know what his ID is online. He doesn't know the ID of his opponent, but he's managed to, get to the very highest echelon of online ranking. They're here together now on King Sejong Station. One of these two players will be the first to go on to the round of 8 in what is easily the best lineup for a round of 16 the GSL Code S has ever had.
Just imagine what the round of 8 will look like. Thing is, I don't know if it'll look better.
Well, I would say it can look worse.
Yeah, right? It can't, right? But will it look better when we take out half of these amazing players? I don't even know. It's like a weird question, but think about it. I'm serious. I'm actually serious.
In the bottom right.
KT roster Zest.
Okay, let me reword that. Okay, now if we have like Batman and Wolverine, you're like, oh my God, it's Batman and Wolverine. That's so sick. That is so sick. And then you have just Wolverine. You're like,
in the upper left.
Oh, it's just Wolverine.
He is. Now,
Gene Green Wings Cure.
Is what's better, Batman and Wolverine or just Wolverine? It's Batman and Wolverine, right? Even though Wolverine might beat Batman in a fight. Let's say he did beat Batman in a fight to get there, and it's only Wolverine now?
No,
Does that make it better?
I got an answer. I got an answer for this.
Okay.
I got a response.
Do it.
Okay, so when you're saying well, then it's just Batman or it's just Wolverine, well, but that's not true because this is really like Marvel versus, DC or something here in the round of
well, that's why
16.
I chose one Marvel character and one DC character.
Yeah, but in fact, these guys both might move on too anyways. So you got to think.
Oh, you are dancing around this question. I think this question was beautifully crafted.
No, because see, if you have just Batman or just Wolverine, then the GSL's over.
There are no... Listen, I can name a whole fleet of top-end superheroes to do this, but this is much easier this way. Basically, it's like, it's so stacked right now in the round of 16. There are no jobbers in here. You look at the round of 32, there are some jobbers in there.
No jabronis either.
No jabronis.
No.
But in the round of 32, you look at, you're like, well, a few of these guys aren't the same level as everyone else. Not everyone's created equal in the round of 32. This round, though, much more equal, Tasteless. This is a round where every single person could advance.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, the least talked about person coming into this was probably Cure, who's looking so damn good he might get out in first. So
yeah, that's very true.
My question stands.
Okay, to answer your question, then it's Batman.
I don't even need to know you anymore. You're just... God. This is what I work with.
We got a command center now here on the low ground, and it looks like the SCV is blocking, or is attempting to block the probe here, a failed block, from making the Nexus down there at the expansion.
That was well done with that one probe. A lot of times Protosses will send 2 to make sure that he can't put any real block down. But anyways, does get his Nexus down. Everything looking standard and normal for the moment. And an additional Rax does start. Okay, so we see the path right now of Cure, but what will Zest's path be? Will he go directly into Robo, or will he go into a Twilight?
We've talked about how SCV pulls are really strong today, or nowadays.
Yeah.
So let's
People
see. I mean,
so
the question here is Artosis going to get a build he can use here from Zest so that he will win more on the ladder?
Well,
that is the question. I mean, really, guys, Artosis' life is on the line right now.
My ladder points.
The ladder points.
Look, it's a Twilight, and I'm not surprised. I've actually been thinking a lot about this lately. And parting not a long time, but...
oh, my God. He just barely didn't see that. That was
the thing
so
is,
close.
I don't think he'll go all in with this at all. There's definitely a possibility that he goes all in with it, okay? Like, Zest has been very aggressive today, very cheesy today in certain ways. So that wouldn't, like, super surprise me.
Oh.
But I think what we're going to see here is more of what Parting does. And I think that Parting kind of figured this out a while ago, that, like, he's got very good control, but SCV pulls are hard to stop. So he always opens Blink and then goes into Colossi. So he puts pressure on the Terran, controls the map, and then when his Colossi are out, he goes out and just uses good micro and stuff, kind of whittles the army down, and basically makes it so that when a huge attack comes, it's not as powerful. He kind of headed it off at the pass, you know, worked on it early. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing this, but he's adding 3 gates, so it does look like a Blink all-in.
Very interesting.
Never mind all that
I gotta say, no, it was good stuff though. I mean, there's a possibility he went the other route. You know, I gotta say, it seems to me like Zest is really banking his more standard builds for the round of 8. He's already assumed he's going to get out of this, so he's using the trickiest stuff he can possibly use.
Well, I think in this case, it's quite a good idea.
And now it's no secret either.
Yeah. We'll see bunkers go up in a second. See the bunkers. He's got to make a bunker in his main base. Well, the thing is, there's 2 sides that you would have to consider for making a bunker.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's the one scary part, I guess, where it's like,
I don't know how much Zest is committing on this after it was spotted. Let's see. He's made another warping round of 3 Stalkers.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to commit too heavily. Like, if you just make like 7 or 8 Stalkers, that's enough to go over and threaten, and your opponent has to act as if it's the all-in. But it looks like since Kier went for the quick 3 Raxes, he's not too afraid. He scouted it. He's decided, okay, this is not going to be nearly as scary as he wants me to think it is. And he's right. The Robo going up, the extra gases, this is not a full committal to this by Zest.
Well, the Stalkers are coming up now. I think had this not been spotted at all, not just the Twilight, but the gates as well, and the upgrade and everything else being chronoed, he might have been more committed to this. But, I mean, from here, yeah, I mean, little moves like that are really the best he's going to be able to do. So the Robo Bay is going to finish up now. Now, Terran can't quite leave his base yet.
Yeah, not
so
quite.
he's going to power, but let's go back to what we were talking about earlier, Artosis, the SCV pulls. I would say that, you know, an SCV pull from Kier here would probably be pretty strong. I mean, just a bunch of Stalkers right now. Yes, he's going to go for Colossi. I would still think a powering 2-base Terran could definitely pull off an SCV pull.
Yeah, you know, if he skips the 3rd command center, it goes up 2 more Raxes right now and then a second starport probably, you might be right about that. But we've seen some things here from Zest that are very nice, right? He put some pressure on. He's forced Kier to stay in his base. He's taken a super quick 3rd, and he is going into Colossi tech. So this super quick 3rd is definitely going to help out. He's going to be able to get his economy really going, get more units out. He's controlled the map. This is a very late attack coming out. And if he can like whittle this down, defend this easily, you know, he's getting to where he needs to be able to hold off something like that.
Okay, there's a possible drop on route here. He may just be trying to apply some pressure.
Yeah, I would say with this many Blink Stalkers out right now and the fact that he knows there's observers, he's probably just going to push towards the front a bit. Like, see if he can maybe pick a few units off, check for a 3rd. He's going to see the 3rd is already up. That's going to make him sad since he's forced no Nexus cannons. There's 2 available.
Oh, shot off the cliff.
And there's...
That's how I'm going to go.
Yeah. That was really good what you added there.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty sick death scene, man.
Yeah. Well, he tries to do a drop, but, you know, he's just got to be careful. If he loses a medevac, then it starts to become pretty Zest favored here.
That one not shut off the cliff, by the way.
No. Certainly not. Just
Pay
died right
attention,
there.
guys.
Right there where it was.
Now, he's grouped up here with his army outside of the rocks over here of the 2nd base of Zest. We have a Colossus about to finish. Armor started. Now, is he going to try to pick up and go into the main? I believe there's Stalkers that are prepared to meet that.
Yeah.
And with the Mothership Core here, he's ready for a Nexus cannon here, too.
Yeah, I don't think... He's just got to kind of poke and prod until he finds a weak spot and then try to pick some units off. But look at this. A great hallucinated Phoenix Scout finds that there's only one starport but no third nexus. So this is a ton of units coming out of Cure right now. Like, look at that army supply, 78 to 57. Yep. That's a good 20 army supply lead. Doesn't have any Vikings, though, so... Oh, well, it looks like he just wants to attack right in here. The Zealot's doing a good job. Force field's fantastic. And
I was a little bit surprised he stayed there.
Yeah, he wanted...
I didn't know what the purpose of that was.
He just wanted to pick like a lot of Zealots off, I guess.
I gotta say, this year's was weird too. His Templar Archives is about to finish, and he's just now made a command center.
Yeah, Kier's doing some different stuff here. It's the command center. I think that's a placeholder. I don't know what he's like. Is this going to go into a long macro game? I'm not so sure.
God, this is why you want to scan your army when you're outside the Protoss's base.
There's a lot of area here that observers can be hiding. We do have, I think we actually have 4 or 6 Widow Mines out right now, which is kind of interesting as well.
Oh, God!
Oh, my God, indeed. He's just going to go for
Apparently
it.
you can do that.
Well, it's all Marauders, so I guess so. But he actually leaves Widow Mines there, running some Widow Mines past over here as well, but there is
This is getting a little
cannon.
messy here.
And look at that. He had Widow Mines waiting as traps. This was, oh my God, I'm getting chills. This is like so crazy what I just saw here. Okay, he brought Widow Mines with him and dropped on top of the army because he knew that if he was chased out when he turned around, the Widow Mines would be able to clean up even more Stalkers. He basically got to kill a ton of Stalkers off there. He's still up 20 army supply, and it's the same amount of SCVs as probes. This is really a very different play than what I'm used to seeing here from here,
like
but
this
very
is almost
strong.
counterintuitive to the way we're used to thinking about TVP.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Kira has said that he feels fine in this matchup late game, and that's where it's headed to right now. He's been very conservative with his third base timing. He's put on a lot of pressure, but not done a ton of damage. And, I mean, he's still got that supply lead. He's up in every way, I guess.
Oh, my God. He actually got the Mothership Core. Now he's just going to gun down these Stalkers. And there's enough Terran here. Yeah, I mean, he's basically just shaving off chunks of Zest's army and getting ahead in supply here.
Well, he adds the second starport. That's where it can start to get pretty scary. But Psystorm is almost done, so he's actually going to need to get some ghosts out relatively soon here, I would say.
You know, the Marauder number being high enough, I mean, he really can actually engage the Stalkers, even though they're there and ready to defend.
Look at this. He doesn't care.
I'm sorry, Ritosis. I have to just do a double take here. Is this actually happening to Zest?
Oh, yeah. Is
he just like, is this Marine King on steroids? Like, is this... I can't believe this. He's just kind of...
I love how he leaves the Widow Mines everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't even have enough robo build time to have enough observers to spot all the drops coming and clear out all the Widow Mines.
Well,
it's
funny
crazy.
because he's not even worried about the observers. He just knows there's enough Colossi out that the observers can't be everywhere at once. Oh, my God. That's so bad.
That's huge.
That's so bad.
He's got to be careful with his army, though, because Zest can win a straight-up confrontation still. Wow. Very nice with that Widow Mine there. We do have another drop coming in.
Look at this.
This one gets caught. All right, that one gets shut down pretty hard, but look at this. Great spread right now from Cure. Zest, he loses that Warp Prism, and that means that he is going to lose this army. He's got to get out of there. He's got to throw down a little force field wall immediately. Oh, he uses Guardian Shield. Okay.
Oh, my God. He's going to get the Colossi.
Yeah.
I got to say, this is really what a lot of hardcore laddering will do for you guys. I mean, he's not winning with any specific strategy. He's just tactically completely outmaneuvering Zest.
Yeah, he is. He certainly is. You know what? A lot of Protosses don't like this map against Terran. It is a map where there's a lot of places for Terran to maneuver and drop and a lot of surface area to cover. So
yeah,
that definitely can be part of it. I don't expect the whole series to look quite like this, but this has been absolutely fantastic from Cure. It's been
It's actually 91. It's 91 to 155. With Cure in the lead. I mean, we're talking about Zest having to get to very scrappy play, while Cure is just, continuing to get a bigger and bigger machine back at his base to crank out units.
Yeah,
I mean, the production rate for Cure is getting off the hook.
You know what is really getting me here? Is that he made his third command center so much later.
No, I know.
He did no damage at first. He
we
was
were
just like,
so
I will
sure.
eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Zest's army, the Zealot's not going for the longest time. Well, he gets all the Colossus. Zest may be able to hold on for a little bit longer.
I think we're actually about to see the end of this game. I think he just has enough. There's no real robo units here. It's just zealots being tanked or pumped out, which he can just keep kiting. I mean, these are almost all marauders, which means the stalkers are just dead.
Well, that's going to be that, man. He's going to have to GG here. He's got 5 stalkers. No, 4 stalkers. This is his army.
Yeah. GG. Wow.
Really well done.
I have to say, we don't. That almost harkens back to the old GSL days of MVP.
Sure.
I mean, that was so impressive.
Dude, I love the move with the Widow Mines where he just was like, how many stalkers is that? Oh, that's fine. And he drops some marauders all over them.
I know.
And the Widow Mines. And then, like, as Zest is trying to chase him out. Thing is, even if you have an observer with your army that you're attack moving back in your main base, the observer moves slower than the units, so it's going to get there after the units. Those Widow Mines are going to get some connections unless there's an observer right there, which there never, ever, ever is, because you can afford like maximum 5, and he already knows where those 5 should be. So it's like, and normally you're only going to get 3. I mean, this kid is so good.
When I was going to do the play-by-play for the drop, when he was going for the stalkers, my immediate reaction was, oh no, he's going to lose these medevacs, and this is a huge mistake. And then when those marauders got dumped out, he's like, what? Of course I'm supposed to dump my medevacs on top of 6 stalkers. They're full of marauders.
Yeah, I mean, he might lose a medevac on the way in. When you saw him actually reposition, he had 2 medevacs that weren't completely full, and those went in first.
Here's what's funny about it, too. Protoss' army was really only in 2 spots. The main and the natural. The third was not even that defended. In fact, Zerg, excuse me, not Zerg. What am I saying? Protoss just barely defended the third base. So pretty crazy. So anyway, Zest picks Deadwing. Now don't forget that at the start of that game, Zest did go for hidden blink stalkers, but that was spotted by the Reaper right before the attack commenced, which really takes the steam out of Zest's strategy. It takes the thunder away from the build he's doing.
It does. I still like the choice. I think that was really smart. He's chosen Deadwing as the next map. Definitely something we could see Command Center first, and even Nexus first on. But it's a map where it's very easy for Protoss to get 4 bases. Quote-unquote easy. He's playing against Kira, who's amazing, so we'll see about that. But it's a good choice by Zest.